Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, and welcome to the tapped out Battle of the Best Events. So, today we are going to be doing part 1 of the Battle of the Best Events. I've been planning to do this for a while, but I was waiting for 40 to come, 40 events in total, but what ended up happening is, funny story, is I completely forgot about the Secret Agents update. So there's actually 41 now of Gamer Games, the sequel. So unfortunately, it's kind of on an odd number, but the website I'm using luckily kind of sorts that out. So as you can see here, these are all the events. There's going to be 41 major events in total. We're only going to be doing major events, and I've been quite conservative with how I've been classing major events. So for example, I've got one rule here at the bottom, so there's going to be no squid port. I'm not counting the squid port because that's a permanent thing in the game. I am not counting the Springfield Heights updates because, again, they're permanent things in the game. I'm not counting Krusty Land as one. That was a permanent thing in the game, and 2, it's gone now. And I'm also not counting the monorail, as although, yeah, there were some things that were exclusive to that event, the majority of the thing is, of course, permanent in the game, so it doesn't feel kind of right to include the monorail. And then finally, I'm not doing any of the levels. I'm going to leave maybe that to another video possibly, but today we are just doing events, and they're just going to be major events, as I think that this is the only fair way to do it. So as you can see here, we have the Treehouse of Horror 2012, Christmas 2012, Whacking Day 2013, Treehouse of Horror 2013, Christmas 2013, Easter 2014, Stonecutters, Clash of Clones, Halloween 2014, Winter 2014, Superheroes, Twilligers, Tap Ball, Treehouse of Horror 2015, Winter 2015, Burns' Casino, Wilder West, Superheroes 2, Sci-Fi, Treehouse of Horror 2016, Winter 2016, Destination Springfield, Secret Agents, Time Traveling Toaster, Homopalooza, Treehouse of Horror, what was that? 2016, yeah, 2016, Invasion Before Christmas, Bart Royale, The Springfield Jobs, Itchy and Scratchy Land, Mozark, Treehouse of Horror, 2017, A Simpsons Christmas Special, Love Springfieldian Style, Gamer Games, Simpsons Babies, Treehouse of Horror, XXX, Apes in Toyland, Black History, Simpsons Wrestling, and Gamer Games the sequel. So yeah, those are going to be all the events that I'm actually going to do, and as you can see in a sec, as you can see here, this battle tournament thing has sorted them all into little categories. So this was all completely random. It's put them all together, and there's going to be essentially a tournament where different things will obviously different things will verse each other. So this will be round 1. There's only going to be a few here, and obviously the winners will verse some other people in round 2. So to start off with, we are going to do Tap Ball versus the Invasion Before Christmas. Mark in progress. So how I'm going to be doing this versus is there's going to be a point system, and it's kind of relevant actually because we're doing Tap Ball now. The point system is going to go like this. So the first point will be for structure and theme, so that will be 1 point. The second point is character and costumes. The reason why I said Tap Ball is quite relevant is obviously some events have costumes instead of characters, like Tap Ball, so it's quite funny that this is there. So the second point will be on character costumes and actual characters, and that will include NPCs as well. The third point will be on buildings, how good the buildings are and which one has the better buildings, selection of buildings. The fourth point even will be on decorations, which one has the better selection of decorations. And then the fifth and final point will be my overall feelings of the event now this time has passed. So I guess it will be like, how has the event aged, basically. And that's more of a bonus point to kind of split things up. So, starting off with Tap Ball, we'll of course discuss the structure and theme. Obviously, the structure and theme, the structure is 3-act structure. It's got crafting, which, you know, take it or leave it. Crafting has obviously isn't a great thing, but I'm not going to judge the actual crafting because crafting is so prevalent in every single event. I don't think it's really fair to judge the actual crafting itself, so we'll just judge the quality of the items, which we'll get into when we get into buildings and decorations. But obviously there's crafting, 3-act structure, and most of the prizes obviously are costumes and stuff. So, but the actual theme of the event is, of course, sporting or sports things. So I think that this is honestly really cool. I really love this aspect. It's a solid theme, and they definitely stick to it. They don't really sway away from it very easily. They stick to it quite well. Obviously, you get different types of sporting kind of characters. Costumes of characters and the buildings, and yeah, they really stay to the theme. The quest line is on point as well. There was a lot of hype with this event, and I definitely really enjoyed this event for what it was. They did some excellent things in this event. Then moving on to the Invasion Before Christmas's theme, well, of course, being a Christmas event, its main theme is Christmas, but it decided to kind of take a different route, and that was obviously kind of like the Rigelians invading, and also they kind of went into some of the belief systems kind of stuff. So obviously we got characters like Buddha and Jack Frost and Jesus, obviously. So they went into a kind of belief system thing, which is still very tied with Christmas. Now obviously we've got many Christmas events, and this by far is not one of the better ones. I think it's up there. It's not a terrible Christmas event, but obviously people have different opinions of what the Christmas event should be, but I think this Christmas event is still good for sure, but obviously it's nowhere near the best Christmas event we've ever got, but I liked the theme overall. I kind of liked the little spin on it, but however, I think the winner for this one is going to be Tap Ball. So Tap Ball gets the point for structure. Moving on, we have characters. So let's go through the characters for Tap Ball. Now, of course, Tap Ball, unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, but Tap Ball is very different in the fact that it doesn't have very many characters added. In fact, there's only 2 characters added. It's majority skins. And the 2 characters that they do add is, of course, Furious D, who is a full playable character, and Springy, who is a NPC. 2 pretty cool characters. I think they both get thumbs up. Obviously, one is an NPC, but I still think it's a good NPC. It's a cool NPC. It was a personal prize. So yeah, 2 thumbs up there. And then we have, obviously, Referee Homer, who I think is a decent costume. It's not terrible. Soccer Lisa, it's okay. Obviously, you have Pinpal Arpoo, Football Nelson, Baseball Jasper, Softball Mr. Burns, and Boxing Dredrick Tatum. I think the Pinpal Arpoo, I kind of wish they waited for the Pinpal event to add this, because it just felt really weird when they added it. But with the Football Nelson, I think that one's okay. I think Baseball Jasper is pretty cool too. Softball Mr. Burns is definitely a really cool and somewhat iconic costume, and Boxing Dreaded Tatum is also okay too. I don't think it's a terrible costume in any way. Then we have Jockey Bart, which I like a lot, Kung Fu Comic Book Guy, who's pretty cool, and Tennis Marge. And then in Act 3, we got Torondo Grandpa and Ballet Ralph. So although yes, obviously only 2 characters, we got lots of costumes, and I mean lots. We got one for a lot of characters. Obviously there's one for Homer, one for Lisa, one for Bart, one for Marge, one for Grandpa. They really went all out there with the costumes, and I still think that is a very good thing for that event. Now, moving on to the Invasion Before Christmas, we of course got actually no costumes, I don't think. Oh no, sorry, we did get quite a few costumes as well. We got quite a lot of costumes in Invasion Before Christmas as well. We got Santa Kang, Mrs. Kodos Claus, Conductor Otto, Kwanzaa Dr. Hibbert, Christmas Tree Ralph, Elf Lisa, and Elf Bart. And I think out of those costumes, I'd say Elf Lisa and Elf Bart are obviously bad ones. I'd say Christmas Tree Ralph is a bad one as well. I'd say Conductor Otto is a meh. Santa Kang and Mrs. Kodos Kang are kind of mehs for me. Kwanzaa Dr. Hibbert is a good costume. I like that one. And yeah, so not as great costumes for sure. But what about characters? Do the characters outweigh Tap Ball's characters? Obviously, we got Santa Claus, really cool character. The Worker Elves, which are a thumbs down for me. Buddha, who I think is I would say he's meh to good. Jack Frost, he's a thumbs down for me. Didn't really like his character that much. Shiva is I'd say yes, is a good. Lila, good character. J. Ragillion Christ, I'd say it's a thumbs down. He's a very kind of he was kind of made to lead the event almost, but I think he was a nothing character. And then Jesus Christ, who I think is a thumbs up character, a very good character. So yeah, I think overall there's some good characters here. and it's really hard, this one, for the character point. However, I honestly think Tap Ball's costumes outweigh Invasion Before Christmas's characters. Although Invasion Before Christmas has got some cool characters, I'm going to have to give the point to Tap Ball. Anyway, so don't worry, Invasion Before Christmas can still win. Obviously, there's still 3 points up for grabs. And this is just round 1. So, what we're going to have is, we're going to do buildings next, of course. So, starting with Tap Ball, in Act 1, we of course got the stadium entrance, the grass field, and Sporticus. In Act 2, we got the Ally McBall's Simpsons laser tag basketball stadium. And in Act 3, we got the Springfield Arms, the Gridlerian, and the Tester Zone. Which, honestly, going through them, with Act 1's buildings, I think the stadium entrance is kind of crappy. The grass field, it doesn't make sense for being a building, but Sporticus is definitely a good building. Ally McBall's is a good building. Simpsons Laser Tag, a good building. Basketball Stadium is a good building. Springfield Arms, I think, is also good. The Gridlian, good. Tester Zone, good. All really, really good buildings. I think, honestly, Tap Ball, it's done really well in its buildings. What about the Invasion Before Christmas? Well, in the Invasion Before Christmas, we of course got the Jesus Carpentry Shop, which I think was okay. Regifting Machine shouldn't be a building. The Ragelian Christmas Toy Workshop, I'd say it's a crappy building. Ragelian Construction Site, crappy building. Ragelian Christmas Fireplace, crappy building. Arctic Hypertrain, shouldn't be a building. Christmas Cabin, I'd say good. Santa's House, good. Candy Cave, thumbs down. I hate caves. I hate them adding caves. Eskimos, good building. Chinese Restaurant, good building. Krusty's Christmas on Ice, I'd also say it's a good building. Ragelian North Pole, thumbs down. I hate those kind of corner things. They're annoying. Manger, I'd say, good building enough. Fine. It's a meh building, but I gave it a point. The Peak Inn, good building. Radiant BS Station, good building. And Heavenly Swing Set, good building. So a lot of buildings. But I think in terms of the quality of the buildings, it has to go to Tap Ball. So there's no point doing the other rounds because Tap Ball has taken the victory. So I shall submit the scores. And that is it. Tap Ball has won. But that is it for today's video. I'm not going to be doing the next round or the next battle because I didn't realize how long this video would take. So this is going to be a new series that I'm going to be doing, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. This first one I was kind of just experimenting with the idea, but I'm actually really sold on it. Now, in terms of updates in the future, how I'm going to be doing that is, I think what I will do is, say there's an update after Game of Games, the sequel, and there's an update after that, 2 major updates, I mean. I'll probably verse those 2 major updates together, and then I'll try and kind of implement the winner somehow into this thing. I may have to do a separate thing for that. I might just do the events that are here right now, and then maybe I'll go back after I've done all of these and we've kind of come up with a winner, and maybe I'll kind of verse. I don't know. I'll try to find a way to put it in there, but for now I'm just going to be doing it from obviously the Treehouse of Horror 2012 right the way up to the Game of Games sequel. And I think the Game of Games sequel is kind of like a low point for the game almost, so I think it's kind of fitting to do it there. Obviously, future updates I won't be able to do it for. It's kind of annoying, but there's not really much I can really do about that. I'll see if I can maybe implement them within this championship thing, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video, guys. Tell me your thoughts if you like this idea of being a series. I personally think it's a really cool idea, just versing kind of random events. I know there's a few spoilers in there, so if you want, you can pause. You can see kind of what's gonna come soon in the future. But yeah, like I said, hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.